Hi, my name's John Kazi Cosentino. I'm about to be 29 years old, and I guess my relevancy in the fighting game community is being a crazy Fuerte player and helping run a professional esports team. Always got like. I first got started in fighting games. It's a weird story, but everyone in my family was on like a professional bowling team for, well, when I was growing up, probably for like 6 years. And I would always go to bowling alleys and they would always have a fighting game. So pretty much every weekend, twice a week, I was going to bowling alleys with my family and playing Street Fighter there. All right, the origin of Always Godlike was basically there were a lot of teams that kind of all started at the same time. There were some teams that were like shutting down shop, and I kept rooming and going around and basically hanging out with the same amount of people, well, the same type of people at every tournament. And we all just kind of decided that we could start a faction. And a lot of players really liked the idea and ran with it. So we kind of just evolved from being friends and then starting the team. Put me on the spot because I don't know the mission statement, but it's something like everyone can do their best and be better. If, like any team, I guess we use each other to become better and stronger and to unify. What makes our team different from other teams? I would say that there's really not too much. I mean, the teams are the teams, and we just try to have fun and make it a little bit easy for the players to do what they do best, which is play. The way I made the transition was basically I had another skill besides playing. And I think that kind of happens with every person who, you know, if you're playing and then you have another hobby, those hobbies kind of mix, and then you're able to kind of attempt to do both or try to excel in one or the other. I made the position from playing to kind of like founding the team, and then I basically moved to like the media and art director for the team. So I spent a lot of time just editing and creating art and trying to come up with things that help people understand our team better. It does take up a lot of play time. So you pretty much, I don't know if there's a balance. I haven't found it yet. I pretty much don't really play that often. You have to play smarter so that with the little time you have, you make up for it. And I guess you have to kind of realize that if your heart isn't 100% with playing and you can pick up another hobby, you know, to try to make it worth it and just try to stay up on both as much as possible. Yes, it's true. I had a recent addition to my family. I have a baby girl who is a little bit over 2 months. It's funny because I actually met my wife in the fighting game scene, which sounds a little crazy, but the way it all happens doesn't seem like it was crazy. It seems great. And to now have a little girl is great. In terms of balance, like, I don't think I find a way. Like, my balancing is decent. With running the team and having a baby, I just try my hardest to allot the right times through scheduling of every aspect of my personal life. And I'm not overbearing, but I pretty much do schedule everything down to a T, even when I go to bed. So I pretty much just run on a crazy schedule where I basically do things for other people other than myself, but I guess doing things for other people is what I like to do for myself. So, you know, it's basically what makes me happy. My advice to people who are basically looking to get sponsored, this is probably pretty bad advice, but really you should just try your hardest to be yourself. Try your hardest to introduce yourself to as many people as possible, but really don't be overbearing. So, like, don't try to sell yourself, just be who you are and try to make friends and try to be someone that people always feel like they can go to or that they can, you know, at least kind of associate themselves with. And then in terms of playing, like, you don't have to be the greatest player to have a sponsorship, but you do have to do some things that maybe set you apart from everyone else. So you can just basically, like, what I mean by that is, like, you can have a certain play style that really just makes you stand out. And that's really important too. So as a player, you don't always have to think about playing and making this sort of like professional mark all the time. Just be yourself and try to just be yourself and be like 100% of who you are.